Hello, future researchers. Welcome back to my channel. If you're planning to pursue a PhD, then you already know that one of the most crucial parts of your application is the research proposal. Are you still confused about how to choose your research topic? Check out my video, Choosing Your PhD Topic in 4 Easy Steps. The link is available in the description. If you are new to this channel, then please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so that as soon as I upload a new video, you are the first one to know about it. We come up with new videos every week touching upon most important topics that are repeatedly asked in UGC .NET exam and all things UGC .NET. So friends, once you decide on your research topic, you need to prepare your research proposal. It's one of those tasks that looks simple in theory, but as soon as you sit down to write, the blank page starts staring back at you. It can feel very intimidating. The good news is, by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to structure, write, and polish your research proposal in a way that genuinely impresses the admissions committee. Along the way, I'll be sharing examples and practical tips that will help your proposal stand out from the crowd. Friends, if you are looking for more PYQs on this topic, you can refer to the Unit 10 questions in my UGC NET Paper 1 book that provides you with 6500 plus solved unit-wise questions with detailed solutions and hints. But hey, what if you are looking for online mock tests that can help you practice questions in online exam format? If that's what you are looking for, you can join our newly updated online mock test series with a wide range of full-length tests available on the Arpita Karwa learning app. These tests perfectly replicate the UGC NET exam interface, providing you with a real-life exam experience. Plus, after each test, you'll receive a detailed performance report and see where you stand in the All India leaderboard. Let us begin by understanding why the research proposal matters so much. Think of it like a movie trailer. In the same way, your research proposal gives the selection panel a preview of your academic work. It shows them what you want to study, why it is relevant, and how you plan to explore the topic. Most importantly, it shows that you know your subject area, that your research is original, and that you have a clear, structured plan. Now, before we dive into the technical steps of crafting a proposal, I want you to think about something a bit different. Imagine a typical Indian advertisement for laundry or dishwashing detergent. In many of these ads, it is always the woman who is doing the laundry or doing the dishes. Now, some newer ads show women working outside the home. But even there, once they return, they are still the ones preparing food or taking care of other domestic work. These ads don't just sell products. They promote certain stereotypical ideas about how women should behave and what their roles should be. Why am I bringing this up? Because this is the example that we will use today to guide us through the different sections of a research proposal. So, let's begin. Friends, you'll be glad to know that my UGC NET Paper 1 book has been praised for its innovative teaching style by the legendary Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. Further, if you're looking for video lectures that can explain the plot of important works of Paper 2 English, then consider enrolling in my online course for UGC NET English. I'm proud to launch India's first animated video course, where I've explained over 500 important plays, novels, and poems in an engaging way. For more details, check out the description box. The first and most important thing that you need to remember is that your research proposal needs a strong, specific title. The title should instantly tell the reader what your research is about. Think of the example I mentioned earlier. A vague title like Studies on Gender and Media leaves too much to the imagination. Instead, try something like Revisiting Gender Stereotypes in Contemporary Indian Television Advertisements through Semiotic Analysis. This title is detailed, focused, and clearly academic. It gives your reader an immediate sense of your research scope. Friends, if you are looking for a book that will be your one-stop destination for UGC .NET Paper 1 preparation, look no further than my Amazon bestseller, a book in which we have explained complex topics of UGC .NET Paper 1 using real-life examples, images, and diagrams. In fact, our courseware on UGC.NET Paper 1 book is India's only UGC.NET book that comes with 100 plus video lectures and 4000 plus unit-wise solved PYQs. Coming back. Now, the next step is writing the introduction. In just 2 or 3 short paragraphs, you need to explain what your research is about, why it matters, and what gap in knowledge you are hoping to address. For instance, the introduction to our example could be something like this. Notice how this introduction is both clear and concise. It establishes the topic, the relevance, and the academic lens through which the research will be conducted. Now, we move on to the review of literature. This section shows the admissions committee that you are familiar with the academic conversation around your topic. You should mention major theorists, studies, or books that relate to your topic. Then, explain the gaps or limitations in those works. Finally, position your research as the next logical step in that academic journey. It could look like this. Now we arrive at the research questions or hypothesis. This section is about stating clearly what questions you want your research to answer. You do not need a long list. Just 2 to 4 focused questions are enough. For example, you might ask, how do television advertisements in India construct gender roles? Has the portrayal of women changed over the past decade? And what socio-cultural factors influence these representations? If you're in a scientific field, you may write a hypothesis instead, but the goal remains the same: clarity and focus. Friends, did you know that to ace the UGC.NET exam, you need to be familiar with around 1,200 important writers and terms? The complete list of topics that are repeatedly asked in UGC.NET English exam is available absolutely free on our website. You can download the list and start preparing for UGC.NET at your own pace today. So, don't miss out. Click on the website link given in description box to download the detailed topic list and confidently prepare for the upcoming UGC.NET exam. Next is the methodology section. This is where you explain how you will conduct your research. Be specific about which theories you will use, such as feminist theory or post-colonial studies. Then, describe your methods. Will you be analyzing texts, interviewing people, conducting surveys, using software? You should also mention where your data will come from. For example, maybe you plan to analyze 50 advertisements from top Indian channels between 2010 and 2024. Mention any tools you plan to use. This is what it might look like. After methodology, you need to present a research timeline. This shows the committee that you have a practical plan. You do not need to be exact. A rough structure is enough. For example, the first year can be devoted to reviewing literature and refining your methods. The second year can be for data collection and analysis. The third year can be spent on writing and final revisions. This not only demonstrates your organization skills, but also shows that you understand the scale of a PhD project. Friends, if you are looking for video lectures that can explain difficult paper 2 topics in a very simple and easy manner, then consider enrolling in our online course for UGC.NET English. We're proud to be India's first animated video course, where we explain over 500 important plays, novels, and poems in an engaging way. For more details, check out the description box or download the Arpita Karwa learning app. Now we come to the heart of your proposal. You must explain why your research matters. This is your chance to convince the committee that your work is important and relevant. Will your study challenge existing beliefs? Will it introduce new concepts or methods? From our example, the statement could look something like this. Now it's time to talk about your references. A well-organized reference list adds a lot of credibility to your proposal. Make sure you follow consistent academic style such as ML, A or AP, A. Include the books, journal articles, and theorists you have cited earlier. This shows that your research is grounded in real scholarship. As we wrap up, here are a few tips to make your proposal truly stand out. Keep your language simple but academic. Don't use jargon unless absolutely necessary. Make sure your idea is original and fresh. Stick to the word limits. Most proposals are expected to be between 1000 and 2000 words. Before you submit, share your draft with a mentor or professor for feedback. And finally, proofread your proposal very carefully. Even small grammar mistakes can leave a poor impression. Friends, remember that writing a strong research proposal is about being clear, structured, and confident in your vision. If your proposal clearly explains what you want to study, why it matters, and how you will do it, then you are already on the right path. That's it from my side for this video lecture. We'll meet very soon in the next video. Till the time we meet next, happy learning, keep loving literature, and stay tuned to my channel.